I had never been to Japan before. Tokyo was everything I expected. Bright, loud, alive. Neon lights, vending machines that sang, and people always rushing somewhere. I went with my college friend, Kenji. He grew up there before moving to the States, so he was kind of a guide. For the first few days, everything was amazing. Food stalls, shrines, and parks that felt older than time. But there was one place Kenji kept telling me not to go. A place called Hinoiki Pond. He said it was cursed. I laughed it off at first, until I saw it for myself. Before we continue on with the story, I notice you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. How about you click that button and notification bell so you won't miss these haunting stories? Let us continue. We were walking back from a small restaurant one night when I noticed it. The pond sat between two narrow streets surrounded by old stone lanterns and rusted railings. It wasn't on any map, but you could tell it had been there for centuries. The water was still, like black glass. Kenji noticed me looking and grabbed my sleeve. "Don't stare too long," he said quietly. "There's a story about this place." He didn't say much after that, just walked faster, eyes fixed on the pavement. But something about that silence made me want to know more. The next afternoon, while Kenji was meeting a friend, I decided to walk alone. I told myself I'd just take a look. One photo for my travel diary, then go. The sky was gray that day, heavy with clouds. When I reached Hinoiki Pond, the air felt colder, like the temperature dropped a few degrees. No cars passed. No people walked nearby. Just the sound of water gently lapping against the stones. I leaned over the railing and peered in. At first, I saw nothing but my own reflection. Then I noticed movement beneath the surface. Something pale, almost human, drifting just below. I leaned closer. The pale shape seemed to move with purpose, circling under me. I thought maybe it was a koi fish, but the shape was too long, too thin. The water rippled slightly and my reflection twisted. That's when I saw her. For half a second, there was another face beside mine. Gray skin, black dripping hair, and eyes wide open beneath the surface. I stumbled back, nearly dropping my phone. The pond went still again. The reflection was gone, but the air around me felt heavy, like I'd just been underwater myself. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. When Kenji got back, I told him what I saw. He didn't laugh. He didn't even look surprised. He said, "People call her the Hag of Hinoiki." I asked if it was some kind of local ghost story. He nodded. "They say she drowned there a long time ago. Maybe murdered, maybe not. But anyone who looks into that water alone, she follows them." His voice cracked on the last word. I thought he was just trying to scare me, until I noticed his hand shaking. That night, I woke up to the sound of water. At first, I thought it was rain hitting the window, but when I opened my eyes, I realized it was dripping, slow and rhythmic, coming from the corner of the room. Kenji was asleep. I turned on the light. There was nothing there, but the carpet near the door was wet, and there, faintly printed in the moisture, were the marks of bare feet, small, old. I wiped them away, heart pounding. The air smelled faintly like pond water. The next morning, Kenji looked exhausted. He said he'd been dreaming all night about a woman's voice calling his name from somewhere deep and echoing. I didn't tell him about the footprints, but I couldn't stop thinking about the pond. Some part of me felt like it wanted me to go back, not out of bravery, but obsession. I kept seeing flashes of her face when I closed my eyes. That gray, distorted reflection. It was like she'd been waiting for me to notice her again. That evening, I went back alone. The sun was setting, painting the sky with dull orange light. The water looked darker now, almost black. I stood at the railing, waiting. At first, there was nothing. Then the ripples started, slow, spreading outward, like something rising from the depths. I leaned closer, against every instinct in my body, and then I saw her. Her face broke the surface, half rotted, her mouth opening just enough to let a single bubble rise. But her eyes, those sunken, lifeless eyes, moved. They looked right at me. I don't remember falling forward, but suddenly I was on my knees, inches from the water. The air was freezing. Something was moving beneath the surface, swirling, circling. Then I felt it, a cold touch on my wrist, like a wet hand gripping from below. I pulled back hard, but it held tight. For a moment I thought she was going to drag me under. Then, just as fast, it let go. The water went still. My arm was soaked up to the elbow. When I looked down, faint bruises shaped like fingers had already formed on my skin. I never told anyone what happened that night. Kenji doesn't speak to me anymore. He says since that day his dreams haven't stopped. He keeps hearing water, keeps seeing my reflection at the foot of his bed. As for me, I left Tokyo 2 days later. But when I came home, I noticed something strange. Every mirror in my apartment has a faint, cloudy smear at the bottom, shaped like a handprint. And sometimes when I wash my face, I hear a voice whisper from the sink drain in a language I don't understand. It sounds like the water calling me back.